Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KC.
Welcome to Blue and Gold Network. Today we're streaming our first ever wrestling match. We're at the 150 right now, and a little bit of rundown of how this works is you're going to see on the wrestlers' ankles, one's going to be red, one's going to be green, and on the ref's wrist, there's going to have a red and green wristband. Whichever hand he holds up will be for the points. It is 3 points for a takedown, 2 for a reversal, 1 for an escape.
Right here, trying for the takedown. It'll be
She's going to get the takedown, 3 points to red, which is going to be Pineville. Head coach Richard Sapcut for Pineville, head coach Matt Powinski for Knox Central. Our 150 wrestler is Jonathan Gray.
Jonathan on the bottom here trying to get up. Pineville all over him.
Oh.
He flips him.
A little bit of a scramble here. Neither team really has possession. Looks like Pineville is going to try and gain back some control. He needs to switch sides. He's gonna roll out of it. Pineville's gonna get back behind. He's gonna try for a stand-up.
Jonathan Gray struggling here.
Gonna chop the arm, try and knock him back down. Kind of a stalemate here. Something's not gonna happen. There'll be a little bit of a stalling call, I believe.
Trying to flip him over. He has a body lock on him right now.
Looks like he's got the right arm on the inside, trying for a arm and leg. Not quite gonna get that.
He's back up to his feet, but right back down. That'll be out of bounds.
Knox's wrestler is going to start on the bottom, with Pineville's going to be on top.
Let's see if he can get an escape here, try and get some points on the board.
I believe right now he's down 3-0 with Pineville having that takedown, but that's really about the only point scoring we've seen so far. He's going to try and sit out, and he's standing up, but he got back returned. Pineville still in control, looking for a chicken wing. That's something you don't want to be in. Chicken wings are very painful and almost an automatic pin, but I think he's got one chicken wing. Hopefully he's going to try and run it towards his head. I believe that's what Coach Sapcut is yelling, is to pull the arm so that way he loses his base. That's going to be time, and they're going to flip. Call's going to go to Green.
Possibly enough for Gray to possibly get something going here.
Green's going to choose to go on bottom, trying to look for some points here for an escape, down by quite a few points at this point. They're going to get set.
Goes for the escape, doesn't get it.
Tries to sit, just isn't quite getting there fast enough. Pineville's going to be in control, looking for a leg ride. He's got one leg in, looking for the other. He needs to get square, which is what Coach Sapcut is yelling at him right now, and he's just not quite getting it. He needs to be square on his back. And that's going to be a full Nelson call and going to be some points for Green. If you don't know what a full Nelson is, it is when you have both hands in a half and you lock your hands, which is an illegal call in wrestling.
Once again on bottom, Pineville will have the starting position on top. Trying for the escape again, doesn't get it, back to the mat.
He's going to try. He needs to try something else moving forward. The sit-out's just not quite working for him. He's maybe getting a little too open, and Pineville's capitalizing on that and getting a mat return every time. He's going to try and sit out again, and he's going to get mat return once again.
And he keeps circling to his left. Maybe he needs to try someone else there. Clearly not working there for him.
Pineville's wrestler been in control this entire match so far.
Has another arm.
Has a half. He's going to try. He needs to sink that in a little farther, but he's going to try and run it anyways. You know, I think he should grab the leg and try to go for the flip, but he's going to try and run it towards his head, and he's got that leg locked, and it's going to be some points and possibly a pin if he can sink down.
He's sinking it really deep.
And that's a pin.
That is
pin
a
for
pin.
Pineville.
Pineville comes back after the previous wrestling match that was not streamed from a possibly a 5-second pin. Big win for Pineville, scoring the points.
Is this Gabriel McVeigh?
Now, this isn't the only wrestling match we have here tonight. We also have another mat.
We have 4 teams here tonight: McCreary County, Harlan County, Knox Central, and Pineville. So we got 2 pretty good matches going on both mats right now.
And here we go. Another 150 division. Gabriel McVeigh representing Knox. Pineville
They're going to
starting
go
off strong.
into a
Single collar tie.
He's going to shoot for a double. Going to end up with 1 and a single, pushing it, trying to
Pushes
run
him,
it, and he's going to
trying
get him
to
on
get
his
the pin.
back. Needs to sink him back, pull him back, and he can get chest to chest, and he should be able to get that pin. He's going to get out of it, though.
Pineville was able to turn over.
Scramble, grab
But
the
he's
leg,
back on his
whip it back.
This one could be a pin if
Trying
he's
to
able to turn
bridge,
him.
trying to bridge, run his feet around, maybe trying to get out of bounds at this point. You know, he's doing a good job staying on his head, but he needs to get chest to chest and sink that down, and I think that's a mistake there by Knox's
Pineville ends up
wrestler.
on top, back to their feet. Trying something here, going for the leg. He has his arm wrapped around his neck. Ooh, pulls. But he's back on the mat. This could be a pin for Gabriel McVeigh.
He was looking for a double underhook throw there, didn't quite get it. Knox is back on top. His headgear's kind of getting in his face right now. Such a interesting part of wrestling. Oh, he's
Rolls
going to try
over.
and roll, but he's going to
Doesn't get
follow
it.
him. He almost got pinned
He almost
there.
got there. That was very close. The headgear got in his face a lot there, but it was very close one. That was a very good sequence for Gabriel McVeigh.
I believe that was going to be time. Pineville's coach, Richard Sapka, asking some questions to the referee, it looks like. I believe they're going to remain in, they're going to call the match with Knox being the winner.
Whoa. Another win for Knox. Now we will go over to the other mat where I believe McCreary just pinned
McCreary just pinned Harlan
Harlan.
County. That was, you couldn't really see it, but the team got really hype over there.
They were
that was definitely a good little pin. We're going to switch back to our Knox Central mat, though, as we have our next match. I believe is going to be our 157.
Jonathan Troxel will be representing us. He's a freshman. Starting here, hand fighting, going for the head control.
You know, you're always trying to fight for that inside control, and Knox is going to get it right now.
Got
He's
the
shooting for a
leg,
high
single
crotch,
leg, picks him up.
picks him up, trying to get him back up, but just can't
Pineville
quite do it.
defending very well right here, but he goes down
He
to the
goes
mat.
down, and he's going to be a little bit of a scramble. Too much momentum moving him forward. They may be getting it out. Yep, they got an out of bounds
Out of
call. They're
bounds.
going to come back in the middle and reset. I believe Knox will be on top. No, they're going to start neutral.
Jonathan Troxel just showing his strength with that beautiful single leg.
Correction, they will be on top. Sorry.
He starts on top.
He's going to try
Arm
and chop the
control.
arm. Kind of struggling for that there. Looks like he's going for the tilt, but I don't think he's going to get that. He's got the arm, trying to set something up, maybe get a leg.
Has his
Trying for a
arm.
power half to transition into a half, didn't quite get it. He's looking for that outside leg. Kind of a little bit of a stalemate right here. He's going to try and stand up. He's trying to leg ride. Not quite going to get that either.
Ooh, flips him over.
Oh, he had a good little tilt there, and he just couldn't sink it in all the way. Lost his grip.
Back to neutral standing. Tries for a single leg. Ooh, nice sprawl. Fighting back for top.
He's a little too high. He's going to get the leg.
Back to their feet.
Going to get an escape.
Beautiful scrambles.
Yes, absolutely. We've had some good scrambles so far.
Trying to bring him down to the mat.
Looking for a high crotch, doesn't quite get it.
Ooh.
Ooh, a head and arm, and he's going to sink him down to the mat, looking for the pin.
Got
Needs
3
to kind of
points
get
there.
down. I think he's going to get the pin.
Oh, he's got that pin.
And it's a pin for Knox
Wow.
Central.
Another one. And that will be for our 157 division. Next up is Baylor Johnston Jones. I've heard from a lot of people this guy is a great wrestler. I'm very excited to see this man wrestle.
He's got probably the most seniority on the team. You know, I used to wrestle, and he's been wrestling ever since I was. I, unfortunately, am not wrestling anymore, but he's been wrestling probably about as long as I did and would be at this point. So he's the veteran on the team. Pretty experienced. They're going to do a little bit of hand fighting.
One thing that is very clear to me right off the bat is Baylor's reach.
They're going to get in a collar tie. You know, Baylor looks like he's got that inside control at the moment. Pineville not really fighting for it, looking for a head snap, not going to get it.
This one a little more slow paced compared to the other ones.
They're definitely taking their time trying to set something up. You can't jump into things automatically, especially when you have two very good wrestlers. He's going to try and push back.
They have yet to touch the mat. Pineville trying to get something here going. Has both the wrists. Wrist control is a very important thing here. Baylor has the
Back
neck,
in
though.
another collar tie. You know, there's a million things. That guy just tried to do a head and arm, couldn't quite get it, though. There's a million things you can do from a collar tie. It's a great setup. But sometimes you just get stuck in that position, and you just need to push back and try for something else. Try for the single. Couldn't quite get it, though.
This one's been very much a stalemate so far. Tries for a single, gets it this
He
time.
gets it this
Picks
time.
him
He's
up,
gonna pick
slams
and
him.
Slam, but he's going to end up on his head. And Pineville is going to get control and roll Baylor.
This one's very competitive now.
He's going to roll him. He's going to get it. And he has him on his back. He needs
That's
to
a 3
try and just – he's going to get the takedown.
That is a 3 for Baylor.
Looking for him to sink a half in right here, running, flipping back to his back. Trying to sink in the half. He's getting it peeled off, though. Looking for the power half now.
Trying to set something up. Has the arm still.
He's going to try and run it towards his head. That's going to be Tom. So we're going to come back. They're going to flip the coin. Red's going to get choice. They're going to defer. If you don't know what defer means, they're going to give choice to the other team so that way they can have it if they go to a third period.
Which is a smart technique if done right, if he's able to get something going here. He starts on bottom.
So Knox is going to start on top. Pineville needs the points, I think, is the main reason for Pineville for deferring. But
Baylor is up a possibly 6 points with 2 takedowns.
Pineville needs to try and set something up and get out of this situation. Baylor possibly looking for a cradle here with a hand between the leg and over his head. I think he's going to give that up, though. Just trying to stay in control. Pineville
does have
has
his
a leg. Yeah. He's going to look for a crossface cradle. Now he's going to go back to a half. Power half. Trying to sink it in. He's getting his hand peeled, though. He's going to have a double spiral on the inside. Going to give it up. Pineville still has that leg. He's going to let go, and he's going to get back behind. Still looking for a half, not giving it up very easily.
Baylor mostly in control here, trying to set something up. Kind of in a stalemate right here.
You know, if this comes down to points, Baylor has this at this point. But, you know, maybe that may be a stalling. We may be getting a stalling call in a minute. just because nothing's happening. Nobody's setting anything up. They're kind of just sitting there.
Baylor attempting something here. Anything at this point. It's been a very close one. Tries to roll him over.
I think he's looking for a tilt, possibly. Not quite going to get that either.
Really good defense from Pineville.
He's doing everything he can to not get pinned, but he's going to have to get some points if he's wanting to go. Once it gets into the third round, it's going to be time. Once it in this third round, you know, Pineville's going to get choice, and it can really be anybody's game. It's all about stamina once you get to the third round. He's going to select neutral, so they're both going to start on their feet.
Which actually might be a better choice for Pineville.
He's going to shoot his
double
leg.
Sprawl for Baylor.
Still has control of the legs. He's going to need to drive. He's going to give up control of the legs, though.
Baylor's
Baylor's going to get behind and get a reversal. That's going to be 3 for Baylor.
Just points after points racking up for Knox County here.
You know, Baylor possibly a little high. Pineville could look for a flip, but I don't think he's going to.
Pineville trying everything here. Just try not to get pinned. He has his arms.
Looking for chicken wings. If he can sink this in, that's a pin. He's gonna try and roll him. He's got one chicken wing for sure. Trying to get the second. He's gonna give it up though. He's a little high.
Tries and roll over.
Pineville tried to take advantage. Couldn't quite get his hips up. He's gonna get back down to his stomach as Baylor's gonna try and run it for another half.
There is a good chance this one might go to the decision from just Baylor racking up these points. Beautiful defense from him.
You know, if no pin happens, Baylor has the most points right now. The match goes to Knox Central.
Just trying to flip him
He's
over.
trying for the pin. He's got him on his back. Just needs to sink it back in. Just pull him back over. He's got control. He's got the pin. That's going to be a win for Baylor.
And that will put a 3-match win streak for Knox County.
Next up, we're going to have our 190, Colton Jones.
He's a junior. He is one of 2. Earlier we saw Logan Gibson wrestle. He's the other junior.
Once again, this is our first wrestling stream. Make sure you share this to your friends and get as many people on here as possible.
He has a leg.
He's going to try for a single, looking for that trip. Not quite going to get the trip, but he will get the mat return. Still got that inside, looking for the cradle. Not quite going to get it either.
He's trying it.
Pineville trying to get a leg. Pineville got control now. He's going to try and run this half. He's got the half in. He's going to try and get him on his back, but he's going to scoot out, and they're going to get out of bounds. But I think Knox may have got that reversal before they were out of bounds.
It was a very close one.
No.
He starts on bottom, though.
They're going to give it to Pineville. It'll be out of bounds before he got the reversal.
So far, when it came to this position, Knox County has had some trouble escaping.
Referee Paul Long possibly saying something to Pineville's wrestler. Looking for a takedown. Knox is going to get a stand-up, but he's got that inside leg looking for a trip. Got the trip. Trying to run a half. A little too high for that, though.
Oh, he's going to try suplex
Trying for a mat return. Not going to get it. Colton's still not in a great position.
Oh, this could be huge for Knox County.
He's going to go back. He's going to have a cradle. He's going to lock this in. 3 points for Knox. He's going to keep racking points as he's having him on his back like that.
He almost has the pin. It's very close. I think this is about it.
He's going to measure and pin.
There it is. Another win for Knox County.
A good win there for Knox Central.
And that was a no-show.
Sometimes we don't always have wrestlers in every weight class, and, you know, they get points for every forfeit we get, so. If you're a little confused about why each wrestler goes to the other team's hand or the other team's coach to shake their hand, it's kind of a courtesy thing in the wrestling world. You know, show respect to both teams' coaches, and sometimes they'll give you feedback.
Some great matchups we saw there. Beautiful wrestling. Good scrambles. Very satisfied with that.
That'll be the first match for against Pineville and Knox Central.
Knox Central will most likely take this one. It's hard now because we don't have the sheets for the score.
Knox will wrestle McQuarrie, and then Knox will wrestle Harlan County. So they have 2 more duels.
2 more duels.
Well, yeah, this one's over. Pineville will wrestle other people, though.
Yep, so that will be Knox's first win. A very good match. Just a bunch of fun matches there. Some standouts, obviously. Colton Jones, beautiful match ending there with a pin. Baylor as well.
We're going to go to an ad break.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com. Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millard & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millard & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to millardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central media journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or digital subscription. Go Panthers. This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millard & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millard & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to millardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Palmville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central media journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or digital subscription. Go Panthers. This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millard and Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millard and Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to millardandcastle.net. We're back. Knox Central still currently in a little bit of an intermission, but we have Pineville and Harlan County wrestling at the moment.
Harlan pushing him out. Good pressure from here. Going for
Looking
the
for
legs.
the double, not quite going to get it.
Ooh,
Going to
gets
get a
a single
though. Good little scramble there, trying to stand up. Going to try for a mat return. Going to get the mat return. A little too high, but going to try and flip him, but not quite going to happen. He's going to turn towards him, try and get out of it. He will get out of it, and that's going to be an escape for him. 1 point for Red.
Pineville going for
Looking
a double
leg.
Sprawl from Harlan. Circles
Gonna
back
give
to
it
the
up.
back. Going for the leg again. Going for a single.
Going to get it.
Gets
Going to get that takedown. Looking to
Possible
sink him down
pin.
on his back.
Pineville trying his best to turn over. Harlan now on the back. Brings him back.
Looking for it. Not going to get it. Trying to sink in, get a power half, and possibly an arm. For those of you who are just tuning in, how this works is there's going to be two wrestlers, one with a green and one with a blue band around their ankles. The referee will have a green wristband and a red wristband. There's 3 points for a takedown, 2 points for reversal, 1 point for an escape. He will hold up the points with the colored wristband for the wrestler, and that'll be on the board. A pin is an instant win, and you can win by points, or if you have the most points when the time expires, you also win that way. The ref will raise the winner's hand at the end, and that'll be it. That'll be the end. We're going to switch back to Knox Central's mat, though, as we have our first women's match of the night. It's going to be Amber Honeycutt. Knox Central versus McQuarrie. That's Amber.
Is it?
We're in a collar tie here, trying to set something up on both sides. Amber's going to get a head control. Looking for one of them to shoot. A little bit of a stalemate.
Fighting the wrist here, wrist control.
On the last match, I believe Harlan just got the pin on the last match that we were on.
Harlan did get beat by McCreary County just a little bit ago.
McCreary County going to try and shoot. Amber going to capitalize on that, and she is looking. She's got a leg and trying to get that arm and is going to try and run her. She has good control here, hoping not to lose it as she's scrambling. Still scrambling, looking for a leg. Now she's in the front. McQuarrie has a leg. They may be getting caught out of bounds here. Amber kind of losing control, but
McCreary still has
it's
that
a little bit
leg.
of a stalemate. McQuarrie has the leg. Amber trying to get out of
Trying
it.
for a trip, maybe. They're just holding on to the leg right now.
Not quite able to get the trip. Amber's doing a great job of keeping her leg away.
Really good
but
defense.
It's kind of a little bit of a stalemate at the moment.
They will return to the collar ties right now. Amber doing really well here with the defense.
Maintaining inside control, really important. She's going to shoot for the legs, but that's going to be time on the first one, and I believe they're going to start neutral because nobody really had control. Oh, they're going to flip.
They will go to
They're going to McQuarrie, and they're going to defer.
looks like Knox is going to start
She's going to choose bottom.
on bottom. Going to try and get some points as of right now, anything is game because I'm pretty sure it is 0-0, no points on the board.
I talked to this wrestler earlier today, and she's wrestled this girl before. She says that she has a tendency to get high, so I think she's looking to capitalize on that and pop her hips up and roll her.
Going into a match with a good game plan is always a great thing. You know what to kind of expect.
She's looking for that elbow to make a throw. She's going to get a leg, and if she can drive that, she will have control.
She's not giving up, still driving it.
She's going to pop her hips up. Amber's going to have her hips as well, kind of in a little bit of the same hold.
Try and get the mat return, no good.
Still shooting for both of her legs. If she can get rid of the space that they have between her, she will be able to pick her up and slam her on her back.
Kind of in a stalemate position right here. Amber has a single leg, back to the double leg.
You know, she's had some good success in the past. They both have one leg. They're going to get rid of it, and they're going to go back to a neutral position and have a collar tie.
Amber
but
had a 2-on-1.
That choice just gave Amber a point for an escape because McQuarrie had control, but they no longer have control because they're in neutral. Gonna shoot. Amber's gonna sprawl.
Ooh.
If she can get her head out of that, she has good control. If she can get her head out of that, she is looking for a pin. Kind of following her game plan of letting the other team shoot and taking advantage of the other wrestler getting too high. But the other wrestler's gonna look to roll her, and she's going to roll her. Amber needs to bridge to get out of this.
Trying not to get pinned.
She's keeping her shoulder up as of now, but I think that she's going to sink it down, and it's going to be
down.
Yeah, that's
going
to be a pin. You know, Amber put up a really good fight, and so did the other wrestler, and that was a great match.
Very good match there. Really good defense from both sides. And McCreary would take the first match as we'll move on to our next one. Now Pineville is wrestling Harlan right now on the second mat, but now we are going to the 145. Kyra Newkirk will be wrestling here for Knox.
I believe this will be Kyra Newkirk.
Now I believe her sister is next up. 165, Cadence Newkirk.
Both of which have wrestling experience, so should both be pretty good matches.
Ooh,
she's going to get thrown, but she's going to get out of it. Nobody's going to have control. Knox Central's going to get 3 points for the takedown, though.
Really good job there. Kyra trying to control here. Has the back, trying to roll her over.
If you're a little confused as to why there was no points on that throw, it is because McQuarrie could not get behind her, and you have to get behind to get the takedown points.
Possible pin here,
Possible
rolls
pin,
over.
Gonna roll out of it. Looking for a power half.
Kyra is able to flip her, but McCurry keeps rolling out of it.
You know, she really needs to switch sides, but she can't because the second she switches, she's going to get called out of bounds. Good job of bringing her back in, keeping control, and she's in a bad position, the girl on the bottom is. So, I mean, she's going to look for a cradle, but the other girl's going to fight it off. She's going to throw her because she got too high.
A roll.
You can't get too high when you're on top, where that happens every time. When I wrestled, that was my favorite thing to do, was look for a throw. They're going to get called out of bounds. And they will be in neutral as nobody had control at the point of being out of bounds.
So far, a great match.
An aggressive start from Kyra.
Very offensive from both sides.
Looking to set something up with the collar tie, trying to get wrist control. She's going to shoot in for a single, and she's going to get the single, but not quite get the takedown just yet, as Kyra's going to sprawl. Still looking for that leg in that half. She's going to try and roll her. Not quite. I don't think she's got her half in deep enough. Trying to run towards her head. I just don't think she's got the half deep. She's going to rack up some points, though, and that's going to be time. for the first quarter.
They're going to flip. It will go to Knox County for the starting position. They defer.
They'll defer. She's going to choose top, so Knox Central will be on the bottom.
Kyra circles out, but McCreary takes the back. McCreary with the sprawl. Once again, trying for the takedown.
Oh, she's going to get her on her back. That's going to be 3 points for Knox for the
Could this
takedown.
be a pin?
She needs to pull her back. She's trying to roll off, but she's got good control here. I think she's going to have the pin. She's in good chest-to-chest position.
Very
but McCreary
close.
doing a good job of fighting it off with a bridge. She's trying to roll, but she's got that half in too deep.
The ref is looking very close here. This could happen at any second.
She don't quite have her back on the ground just yet. She's going to grab the leg and attempt to get her back on her back.
She's trying to push her over. But right now, McCreary's just on her side. Kyra's still trying to get that pin.
She's still in really good position. She just needs to make sure she doesn't get too high. That's a really good half. I think she's going to get this. She looks pretty close to a pin. He's kind of measuring to see.
This one might be over.
And
there
that's going
it
to be
is.
a pin for Knox Central.
Making it 1-1. A great match from both people. Amazing job from Kyra. Beautiful pin. Now her sister will go and wrestle at 165.
We have another returning wrestler here.
Already has head control.
Going straight for a collar tie.
Going for the single leg. Doesn't get it. Cadence will take the
We'll
back.
get a takedown. She's looking for a half and a leg. Going to give up the leg, though, just trying to run the half towards her head.
Ooh, picks her up, trying to get a takedown, no good.
She's got the double leg position, but Kyra's still Cadence still staying in a good sprawled out position, trying to keep her legs away.
Trying to get something here. We'll take the back once again.
Kind of in a little bit of a stalemate here, looking for the leg while she's still trying to get half. Gonna chop that leg. If she can get that locked in, she'll have a cradle. I think she's gonna give up that chance, though.
She still has the leg.
No, maybe still looking for it. Crossface cradle. Her head, she's gonna bury her
Possibly.
head in the mat. She's not gonna be able to get that.
Still on top control. However, McCreary does have the right leg.
If she can get that locked in between the leg, which she's kind of trying to prevent that, obviously, but if she can get that locked in, that's a pretty instant pin. "20 seconds left in this match, or in this period.
Has a leg. Doesn't get it, though. Gets reversed.
Oh, really close to a pin,
Oh,
but time will run
time
out
will
before
run
she
out.
gets the chance.
Very great job from Cadence there.
They will flip. It'll go to McCreary.
They
They'll
defer.
defer to Knox Central.
A lot of deferring here from the enemy team.
It's a good strategy. I always preferred to defer when I wrestled. She's going to take bottom.
Going to try and take some points, possibly from an escape, and then turn it into a takedown.
McCreary's going to get set. Going to mat return. Need her to try and get out of this.
Now this
she's
might be
pretty
what
high.
McCurry needed.
I think if she pops her hips up, she's out of it.
McCurry has a leg, and she's out.
She's out. She is out, and she's going to get a reversal, which will be 2 points.
Caden's kind of putting on a clinic here, mostly her from every position.
I think that was kind of the goal of her taking. Oh, she's got a
Ooh.
good. That was a good tilt into a stack, but she's gonna roll out of it, and I think she's gonna reverse it, and Caden's gonna be our back, but that's okay because she flips it back around. It's gonna be another reversal for Cadence, 2 more points.
Great wrestling here. Another.
She's got her on her back. If she can keep that foot in, and if she lets that foot out, it's out of bounds, and she's really close to a pin here, trying to fight it, sink it back, and she will get the pin before she goes out of bounds.
And that will be 2-1 against McCreary County. Great job from Knox so far. Next up will most likely be our 113-pounder Dylan Hinkle, a freshman.
Yeah, I believe that is it for the girls' side for this duel. Pineville and Harlan County already done as of right now.
I believe Harlan might have taken that win there.
I believe you are correct. We're in a little bit of a pausing period, so we're going to go ahead and go to an ad break.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millard & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millard & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to millardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell.
We are back. I believe this will be our 113.
Dylan Hinkle there will be in with the red tape.
And we will have a match.
And they are underway.
Straight into a collar top.
Ooh, goes for the single.
Oh
Gets
my
a
gosh.
roll. Great scramble there. McCurry has the back. Back to the feet, trying for a trip.
He was super aggressive off the whistle, something not a lot of wrestlers are these days.
I mean, of course, with the takedowns being at 3 points, it would be more common than expected. It's not as common as expected.
He's going to get out of it, though. Try and go for a single, not going to get it. McCreary going to be back in control after he just got out. Needs to try and stand up here.
McCreary did score.
He's going to
3
get
points.
rolled.
Another roll.
I think he's looking to just rack up points right here.
Trying for a tech fall, possibly.
He's
2
only going to get
points.
2 out of it, though.
Ooh.
I'm not entirely sure what that was.
Me neither. He kind of jumped over him. And of all the wrestling matches I've watched, I've never seen that move before.
Yeah, me either.
Still has back. Hinkle trying for an arm, flips him over.
Oh, my God.
But he gets reversed.
And I think he about got pinned. That was
a very
absolutely
close call.
insane.
A very close call there for
What a
knockdown.
move. I've never seen that.
Trying for the pin,
He's
and
going
there
to
it
get the
is.
pin.
And the score will now be 2-2 in terms of matchups. This one will be
I believe maybe our 126 or 120 match.
Rodney Reeves is usually our 120 guy. He is out on the sidelines there. He's in the green hoodie.
Maybe an alternate.
I believe this to be Dawson Taylor.
If it is Dawson Taylor, that'll be our 126 match. You know, Knox had
McCreary trying to get
control, but doesn't anymore. McCreary
Has a leg and the head.
and a head, like he's almost in a cradle.
This is going to be close.
If he
I'll
can-
be surprised if he gets out of this.
If he can just sit back, he's pinned. Yeah, there
There it is.
He's going to
Oh,
try and kick out
Trying
of
to get
it,
out of it again.
but
He's
I don't.
on his head,
yeah.
and there's the pin. Very two quick pins right off the bat.
Not much you can do once you get yourself into a cradle except try your best to kick out of it, and he just couldn't quite get enough force to get out of that cradle.
McCreary will take the lead, making it 3-2 out of our 5 matches that we've had so far. Next up will be our 132 match, our junior Logan Gibson. McCreary, very fast paced so far. Very clear that offense is the name of the game here. Has back, a 3, a takedown for McCreary.
He's going to roll him again.
Another. Let's see if he attempts another one.
McCreary historically has always been a very good team and continuing to prove that here.
Trying for a pin. He has a head and an arm.
He's trying his best to bridge out of this, but that half may be sucked in
that's a
too
pin.
deep, and that's going to be a pin, yeah.
Very quick back to back to back. Wow.
3 wins from McQuarrie, just like very quick matches. I don't think any of the matches have made it out of the first period so far for the boys side of things.
And we are now back. To the mat once again. I believe this is our 150 match, the first of 2.
Straight into a collar tie. You know, McQuarrie's wrestlers, one thing I've noticed is they're very aggressive and quick off the jump. And, you know, maybe that's just something not a lot of teams
goes
are
for
used
a
to.
takedown.
Oh, my God, it's
Picks
such a
him
good
up and
double leg
slams
there.
him.
There's not much you can do against that. I mean,
Just full force driving.
if you miss
He has
that
a-
initial
he has a
sprawl,
leg.
he's got a half and a leg, and he's going to try and
gonna
roll
try
him
for
over
a
for that
pin.
pin, and I think he's about to get it.
Once again,
Yeah, he's
another
going
one.
to get a pin.
Wow. just back to back, man. This has been, wow.
McQuarrie going to get another pin against Knox Central.
That is the 4th pin in a row. Hopefully we are going to be able to get something here going. I believe this is Gabriel McVeigh, who did get a pin in his last match and won.
I'm interested to see Baylor's match against one of these McQuarrie County wrestlers because he obviously has the most experience on the team, and I think he will have one of the better matches tonight.
And he is obviously one of the more technical guys on Knox County side. A lot of the time we see, oh, he's going for a leg.
He's going to flip him, and he's going to try and get the headlock. He's going to have a front headlock and an
He's going to try
arm.
and turn him over again.
He's going to try and get that pin, and he's trying to sink it in. He's a little high. If he can push his weight back and get chest to chest, he will have this pin. Trying to fight it off. He's just trying to lay there and sink that in.
McVeigh on the bottom. I mean, his arm is around his neck tightly. He's trying to get that pin. This one's going to be close. He's kind of high up, though.
Trying his best to
And that's a
bridge,
pin.
but it's going to be a pin from McQuarrie.
5 in a row.
Good sportsmanship there, though.
But back to what I was saying, Baylor is a more technical guy compared to everyone else on Knox Central side. And I believe Baylor is next up.
You know, Baylor's been there through all of Knox Central's coaches, so he's definitely learned a lot from a lot of different people and a lot of different teams even. You know, he's been wrestling a long time.
And hopefully Knox County will try and get a win here. Once again, a slower pace.
He does a good job of slowing things down.
He uses his range beautifully. Great distance management.
Some things that a lot of people forget to do is check their distance. You have to be within a certain range to have a good shot on somebody.
Just
That's
like
exactly
that.
what he just did, and that's why he got out of that, is because he made sure he was far enough away that that guy couldn't get his arms in to get his legs.
And good distance management is a beautiful counter to these ultra aggressive plays. Just blowing through a double leg or a single leg is a lot harder when you are far away and watching them at all times, just like a sniper maybe.
Now they're in a collar tie. Baylor has an underhook.
Tried for a body toss there.
Baylor is going to
Responds
get
with
a
no.
flat slam, but he's going to get reversed.
That was a takedown counted for McQuarrie County.
Baylor almost had a lateral throw there, but, you know, it got
Escaped
reversed by
from him.
McQuarrie County. McQuarrie's going to have the double and
trying to scoot
takedown.
out.
Trying to get his head. He's going to sink it in. He's going to be on his back, but he's going to try and fight this off. But he's trying to bridge, but he's going to get pinned again. That's going to be another pin for McQuarrie.
All first round, by the way. Very aggressive, very powerful.
I think that's going to be all of our matches for the boys. That'll end in every match being a pin for McQuarrie County.
And a win of this duel. But good sportsmanship as always. A beautiful job from McQuarrie County. Just pin after pin after pin, takedown after takedown. Showed really great offense, which Knox County looked like to not be expecting whatsoever.
We're going to have a little bit of an intermission, so with that being said, we're going to go to an ad break.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millard & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millard & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to millardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central media journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or digital subscription. Go Panthers. This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millard & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millard & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 5114 or go to milwardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central media journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or digital subscription. Go Panthers. This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millward and Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millward and Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to milwardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central media journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or digital subscription. Go Panthers. This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery,
Back live from the good old Pantheon, and for the first time tonight, it's me, Harrison Strasper. This will be my 8th KHSAA sanctioned sport that I've covered here on the Blue and Gold Network. Big variety of sports that I've been covering over the last couple years, and wrestling. This is my first time doing wrestling. I know we hosted the region tournament here my freshman year, I want to say, and that was pretty cool being able to watch that. But right now we've got Pineville and Pineville and McQuarrie County going at it.
Harlan is going to wrestle Knox County on the other mat.
So we, in our basketball, baseball, and other sports in our district, Pineville is in our district, but McQuarrie County is in the 3A District 7, so our football district. So we've experienced both these teams in multiple different sports on multiple different levels. So it's interesting to see all these teams teaming up, and then obviously you got Harlan County and obviously Knox Central.
And McCreary County has taken a win there, and we will now swap back to
the cooler mat.
The cooler mat, yeah. Absolutely. Knox County versus Harlan here. Starting a lot slower than the previous ones. McCreary County really was very offensive against Knox County, and it proved to be very effective. But as we start to slow down, Knox County may be able to get something going here. Trying for a body lock here, possible takedown. Spinning him, goes trying for a suplex or a body toss, takes him down to the ground. We'll score or a 3 points there again. An escape for Harlan County that will give him 1 point. A lot of wrist control, going for a takedown, shot at the legs, got denied, takes him down. 3 for Harlan County. Harlan County on the back, trying to roll over Knox. Believe this is Dylan Hinkle. Trying to roll him over, get on his back, has a leg, rolls him over. Still on the bottom is Knox County. Trying to get to his feet. Harlan has an arm now. And we will start here in the middle once again. Bottom position for Knox County. Trying for the escape. Back onto the floor. The mat return. Trying his best to escape. Harlan County still on top. Bringing him back down over and over to the mat. A very good chance. He will go for a pin here. He has an arm and a leg, but that will be the first round. They will coin flip. And that one will go to Harlan County. He will choose to stand up neutral. Possible for Knox County to get some points here. Ducks down for a single. Still in control is Knox County. Trying his best. A 3, a takedown for Harlan County.
Just didn't seem like Logan could get any control right there from the bottom.
This is a 132 matchup here.
Seemed like we were in a bit of a stalemate there for a little bit, but Logan's going to get the escape point.
Trying with the leg. Another takedown for Harlan County.
Yeah, it's going to be another 3 for Harlan.
And I believe that will be a foul on Knox.
You know, in a sport where you're pretty much just beating the crap out of each other, you wouldn't think that there'd be any fouls.
You know, there are certain fouls, like obviously no eye poking or fish hooking.
Well, according to Bobby Boucher and the Water Boy, Captain Insano shows no mercy. So
that is
I don't know
true.
about
That is very much true. But at the end of the day, we are looking for sportsmanship here.
Bobby Boucher didn't care about sportsmanship.
Yeah, he didn't. Harlan on the back right now. He has an arm. Driving, trying to roll him over. He gets the rollover, trying for the pin. He needs to turn him over just a little bit more.
That would be a reversal for Harlan County.
Attempted a takedown there, but was defended by Harlan County. Harlan County has done a very well job, defense and offensively. Let's see if Logan's able to get something going here. And that will be round number 2. Knox will start on the bottom. Harlan with top control. Let's see if Knox is able to escape. Trying to escape. Logan had a leg there. They return to the neutral position. A escape point for Knox County. Down to the mat again. Logan is trying everything here. I mean, he is trying for a double leg here. But once you are down in the score points, I mean, you have nothing to lose.
Seems to get pretty frustrated.
Ooh, nice defense there, though. He's trying to get something going. Harlan County still driving, though. He might try and flip him over. He has to be careful not to expose his back, though, to the mat. And that will be a pin, most likely. And Harlan County will take that one in the first match. A pin, making it 1-0.
That's a pretty lengthy one right there.
Very close to the decision. Even if that one was more of a lengthy one, it would have most likely ended in Harlan County. Now this one's going to be a good one. Colton Jones, a very powerful wrestler. Took him down out of bounds. Neutral. Going for the single.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful toss. But it'll be a takedown for Harlan.
Good one for Blackberries right there.
Tried to get the ankle there. Colton maybe trying to get a no out of bounds there. But he would get a point. He starts on bottom. Going to try to get an escape here. Trying to get it. He's going to try and pick him up, bring him back down. But now Harlan is back on top control. Has an arm here working with it. Colton fighting everything off, trying his best. But Harlan's going to try to go for the pin. Right now, Harlan County is trying to get everything to work with here. Tries to, they stand up, he still has the arm. Trying for a takedown, it will be out of bounds. Once again, Colton will start on the bottom. And that will be round number 1. They flip. It will go to Harlan County. And once again, Colton will be on the bottom. I mean, that was just some, he's gonna have to try something to try his best to get to the feet. And possibly try to reverse him.
An update on tomorrow's stream, Middlesboro has canceled, so the boys will not be playing up here tomorrow against the Yellow Jackets. They will be playing Saturday at 11:30 against Rockcastle County. Hoping to go down there and be able to get some media
Cohen's
coverage.
back to his feet. He brings him back to the mat, though.
Gosh, this is an entertaining one right here.
Harlan has a neck and a foot, his right foot specifically. Going to try and turn him over, most likely flattens him out. Harlan still has that leg. Swaps it to an arm and a leg, trying for a cradle maybe. He has a neck. They break out. He has a foot. Woo! Tried for the takedown there. And Colton is finally able to circle back.
Colton got a reversal right there. 2 points for Knox Central.
He's going to go try for the pin. This could be huge. And there it is, Colton with the comeback. A beautiful job, only needed a couple of seconds to bring it back for the win. What a job from Colton Jones.
It's a little surreal for me. I've known Colton since I was in very early middle school days, and to watch him go up against a guy that was that has a tattoo on his shoulder right there, it kind of reminds me of my freshman year. We played a playoff game up at Lawrence County against the boys in Louisa, and I had to go in the game, played both sides of the ball due to 2 ejections on both sides, and I went in at offensive tackle because Harley Farmer got ejected. And I get down in my stance and I look over, and we're getting our assignments figured out. And the guy that I had to block had a full sleeve on his right arm, with tattoos, and I was like 14 at the time, and I was like, oh my goodness. So it's kind of weird whenever you're having to go up against a guy that has something like that, especially in this area.
I mean, it's very surreal.
Absolutely.
We are now going against. We are here in the 175 division. Baylor against Harlan County. Baylor once again, beautiful range, distance management.
I think this one may be dead.
Baylor with a takedown, might turn into a pin. This one could be fast.
Just can't expose his back to the mat.
We're good. It's good.
As Baylor's able to get a reversal right there.
Baylor on top control. Going to try and turn his back over. Oh, almost got it there. Very good defense there from Harlan County.
That was coming from the other mat. I thought that was coming from this one.
No. Going to try for the pin. This is going to be close. He has the leg and the neck, and that is a pin for Baylor.
That's a back-to-back for Knox Central.
A beautiful comeback after McCurry. Great job from also very dominant performance there from Baylor and a great comeback from Colton. I believe we have a couple more here from Harlan. A couple more matches. And we are underway with another matchup. Going for the leg. His headgear fell off. Tried for a rushing double leg possibly. He has a double leg here now. He's going to pick him up. He's going to put him back down. He's going to try again. That will be 3 for Knox County, a takedown. He has a couple of legs here now. Going to try and pick him back up. Has a single, now the double. Down he goes again. A point for Harlan for that escape. Harlan has a leg here. He has an arm and a leg, but he swaps it for a body lock. But Knox County turns it into a double leg again. He gets top control, goes for a pin, and that's over. Back-to-back pins from Knox County. A big comeback.
Caleb, you an energy drink kind of guy?
Absolutely.
You like that new Alani flavor?
I don't drink Alani's.
Really?
I don't.
That's really the only times I'll drink. I drink for the taste. I'm not don't really need a whole lot of energy in the mornings.
Me neither. I like having them a couple of times, but that would be the match for Knox County versus Harlan. Knox County done a wonderful job here. Great comeback.
Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It's another good stream here on the Blue and Gold Network covering a sport that we have never covered before. So that was a little crazy. I mean, I saw a lot of things I have never seen before athletically. But a big showcase for all of these sports here in the 12th and 13th regions. Of course, McQuarrie being a representative from the 12th region. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and everybody that watched the stream tonight. Everybody have a great night, and drive safe. The roads have been pretty bad lately. Good night, y'all. Go Panthers.